Imagine a world suddenly thrown into an unprecedented chaos. Something bad has happened. Your neighbors, friends, and family are starting to feel ill. You hear from them and through uneasy scrolling on social media that an astronomical event of biblical proportions is taking place. Something is visiting your world, and whatever you do, you cannot, under any circumstances, look at it. You're unsure of what's happening, but it doesn't take long to understand the consequences of succumbing to one's curiosity. Those close to you are growing unrecognizable, their speech incoherent and behavior more erratic, but most disturbingly, they change, physically, in ways that a body should never be able to change. New limbs are sprouting, flesh giving way to new teeth and gum tissue, bulging eyes peering from gaping wounds. Bodies and minds damaged beyond repair. Bodies and minds tempting you to become like them, to be gifted with the grace of the otherworldly spectator. They become violent. You must defend yourself from those you once knew but no longer recognize. How long can you hold out before this nightmare is over? Will it ever be over? If you make it out, what's left for you? An Earth torn asunder? Humanity on the brink of collapse? A world that is no longer meant for you? These questions can't occupy your mind for too long, because you must stay focused. You are alone, and you must survive the apocalypse. In the hit survival horror Lovecraftian RPG pixel art game of 2025, Look Outside. Guys, I need you to listen very carefully when I say this. This game is magic, and you need to play it. And maybe you do need to look outside. Or, just hear me out, go outside. It's nice when there isn't a cosmic terror looming in the sky. If that intro piqued your interest, be sure to stick around. Or if you're already a fan of the game and know everything I'm going to be talking about, also stick around because, I need good viewer retention or something. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for all things, gaming, I guess. I don't know, I just make videos on games that I like, so like and subscribe for that. And hype this video too, I know you've been stocking up those points. Okay, let's get into it. In this video, I'm gonna highlight 3 things. The premise of this game, the mechanics and what makes it fun, as well as what makes this game truly special. And I genuinely mean that as one of the most fascinating games I've played in a while. All for the price of 10 smackaroos. Quite the bargain, if you ask me. I'll keep light on spoilers for the game, but even if I show something on the line of being a spoiler, you won't even know what you're looking at if you haven't played the game. Okay, with all that out of the way, let us begin. Look Outside, developed by the Frankie Smile Show and published by Devolver Digital, takes place in a world not unlike our own, until something unimaginable happens. You play as Sam, your average unemployed person that plays games and doesn't go outside. You wake up from a strange dream, feeling this creeping urge to look outside your window. A voice from your wall beckons you to do the same. Look outside. It's beautiful. Okay, let's think about this. You wake up wanting to look outside. Your neighbor wants you to look outside. The game is literally called Look Outside. Well, surely something really cool is going on outside, so I'm sure giving it a look wouldn't... Waiting long enough for the urge to pass and your neighbor to come to her senses, you're then told what's going on. An event is taking place. Some speculate strange weather phenomena, an alien invasion, or maybe even a visit from a god. It's supposed to blow over in 15 days, according to your neighbor, who tells you her name is Sybil. Whatever it is, you can't look at it. It changes you, as you see pretty quickly running into your neighbors on your apartment floor. They've become violent, their new grotesque forms attacking you, enticing you to bear witness to the outside as they have. You must defend yourself with whatever you have available to you. A baseball bat, kitchen knife, a golf club. The days go by as you venture through the apartment building, unlocking the different floors, encountering numerous unspeakable horrors, and recruiting those who have even an ounce of sanity. It becomes clear to you that whatever is going on isn't just affecting people. The whole building has changed. The first floor is endless, looping onto itself over and over again. Your landlord's apartment has transformed into an active war zone. Entire rooms have been overtaken by an oozing fleshy growth. What the hell is going on? Your adventures through the building have acquainted you with a group of amateur astronomers. Conversing with them reveals that something from deep space has visited the Earth and is responsible for the chaos outside. They debate on whether it's alive, but they all agree that they must do something. They wish to commune with it. The visitor. The astronomers have had obscure visions of offerings to be given to the visitor in hopes of being able to communicate with it, and possibly reverse the damage it's done to the Earth. They burden you with the task to collect these offerings, and time is running out as the days slip by. This is a heavy burden to bear, so you try to stay calm and collected, maintaining whatever normal life you previously had. You play video games, cook meals, take showers, you check in with yourself to make sure you haven't gone mad, that you haven't become one of them. It doesn't seem like there are many true humans left. But the person in the mirror is looking more and more like a stranger. The reflection staring back at you is a thief, looting your neighbors' homes for food, medicine, weapons, and even the items that mean nothing to you but have sentimental value to them. Why would you possibly take those? Even worse, this person is a murderer. You didn't have to kill all your neighbors in cold blood, did you? Surely there was another way. You've changed, just not in the same way as everyone else. You're just trying to survive, that's all. Everyone has turned into monsters. Surely you're being merciful and putting them out of their misery. They'd want you to take their supplies. They have no use for those things. Look, you can't expect to make perfect choices in the apocalypse. Despite the existential crisis, you're finding some comfort in the camaraderie you've built up with those you've brought into your home. Many of them afflicted by the visitor, but still sane. There is no escaping the trauma that comes from the end of the world, so you might as well struggle through it together. The choices you make, the people you meet, all will impact how your story ends. Do you merely try to survive, or do you dare venture to discover the truth behind all this? All the secrets are here. Not everything and everyone are what they seem. Are you, Sam, the kinda ugly, unemployed, no friends, no bitches, no money, no life, no arm because you stuck it in a random hole in the wall for the sake of a baby rat, can somehow hold your breath for 4 minutes, got a roach infestation in your apartment, are afraid of clowns, bitch ass, up to the task? Well, that's obviously up to you, the player. There are many ways this game allows you to navigate its world. Each playthrough is a pretty unique experience, which is great for replayability. So let's get into the actual gameplay and framework of Look Outside. So what's the gameplay like in Look Outside? Well, it plays as an RPG. You build up a party of 4 members, each with their own fun appearances and abilities. You level up, gaining stat points and learning new moves. You explore and find new equipable gear that alter your stats, as well as consumables that can help you in a pinch. You have other staple RPG elements like status effects and battle. They're all pretty standard. Poison, burn, frozen, paralyze, Lyme disease, confusion, you know, all the stuff you'd see in a Pokemon game. The combat is turn-based and has a pretty interesting feature that involves the distance at which you're fighting. Enemies can start combat far away from you, which means melee attacks will likely miss. So maybe take the turn to go for ranged attacks or stat boosts or defensive maneuvers. As they move closer, your attacks will become more accurate. The length of your weapon is also taken into account. A knife won't have nearly as much reach as a pull cue or a machete. Each weapon has their own damage type as well, with each enemy having weaknesses and resistances to them. But you need to be cautious with how you engage in combat, because your melee weapons have a durability. Any attack with your weapon risks damaging it, with an increased risk in using special moves. Most weapons will break after being damaged twice. If you don't like that, well, you can always just shoot your enemies in the face. But, slow down there, cowboy, you need to conserve your ammo. That stuff doesn't come cheap. Bullets don't grow on trees. Well, they might with whatever's going on outside, but you wouldn't know that, would you? Because you don't go outside. So this is where the game's survival horror elements come into play. I mean, the horror explains itself. I don't even want to imagine this stuff outside of pixel art, but yes, you're in constant survivor mode in this game. Your resources are scarce, the gameplay is punishing, especially on your first playthrough, where you'll mostly be having just enough to get by. You'll have low healing items, you'll be running out of weapons and ammo, the enemy scaling can get pretty harsh, and the game never really goes out of its way to explain how to recruit party members. It's more of a figure it out yourself kind of situation, which can leave you as a helpless solo Sam for a little while. If you're lost, get fucked. That's basically what the game is telling you. The game also builds tension with its save system. So if you play on the standard difficulty, there are only 2 situations where you're allowed to save your game. You save by talking to your neighbor, Sybil, which you can do at the start of every day and after you explore enough new areas. Every time you enter an unexplored area, a meter fills at the bottom of your screen. It measures how much danger you're in. Once the meter fills the first notch, you're able to return to your apartment to save and earn XP based on your danger danger level. However, if you decide to be adventurous and explore more, you'll earn more party-wide XP. There's a kind of risk-reward system to it. Another system that exploration interacts with is the time. Every new room you enter passes time. If you're in a place you've already been, there is no passage of time. This is the main way you'll be going through the days in the game, but you can also pass time by doing things in your apartment like cooking, crafting, showering, doing crossword puzzles, and playing video games. But yeah, you'll be mostly exploring and trying to figure out what the hell is going on. This game is pretty non-linear and can be pretty intimidating in that way. You get hints of where to go, and as time goes on, more areas open up, but you have a lot available to you at one time with multiple goals to achieve. If you're stuck in an area, like the enemies are too tough or there's a puzzle you can't seem to solve just yet, there's always another place to explore, which usually contributes to you discovering something you need to progress further. There's nothing more exciting than finding the exact thing you need to reach that inaccessible area that's been stumping you for days. Sometimes there will be things that you just won't figure out on first playthrough, and that's fine. This game is a lot bigger than you might think. I mean, just look at the number of achievements in this game. I'm trying to get all of them, but damn, that's a lot. There are entire areas that you'll probably never see, which keeps subsequent playthroughs still fresh and exciting. The last thing I'll mention in this section is your choices as a player. The choices you make in this game can have a variety of impacts. Some of them allow you to recruit new party members, some give you cool items and gear, some get you entirely different endings, some just straight up kill you. There is more pressure on you, the player, to make the right decisions, because your actions have consequences in this game. Do you open the door for some imposing stranger? They could be a friend, or they might attack you. Do you give these astronomers the proper offerings? Do you even know if you gave them what they were looking for? Which Frederick is the original? They all believe they're authentic and want the others killed. You don't want to attack the wrong one. Was there any way to save some of your neighbors before you killed them? Do you attack and kill the merchant to rob him of his stock because he's scamming you with these prices? Well, he won't restock anymore if you do that, for obvious reasons. Do you look outside? These are just some of the questions that will be running through your mind while playing this game. There are stakes, your choices carry weight, you'll find yourself in situations. This means that you as a player should pay attention to every little text box and everything you discover in the game. And that's the name of the game, Discovery. Well, it's not actually the name of the game, it's... You guys are probably getting tired of that by now, but that really is the thing that permeates this whole game. So let's talk about that and the many other things that make this game special. I don't think I've played a game with this much to uncover in recent memory. You are driven by the unknown, that risk of venturing deeper into the chaos of this world for answers, for new gear, for more supplies, for cool and disturbing fights. There is always something motivating you to just push a bit further, which keeps constant tension in this game because sometimes you'll find an entirely hidden area that you didn't know existed, and other times you might just run into a demon car that kidnaps you and drives you to hell, and then you die, naturally. There legit have been several times now in my playthroughs of this game where I find a new party member or discover a hidden mechanic or walk into a secret area and I'm like, how much more is there? This game is so content rich, it's almost a little too much. I'm trying to get all the achievements in this game because I just enjoy it so much, but wow, there is a lot to do. 150 plus achievements, and meeting the conditions for some of these achievements is difficult. A lot of it honestly sounds like some BS rumor you would hear in school back in the day for like a Pokemon game or something. Some real Muse under the truck type shit, but it's like for real in this game. You'll have numerous playthroughs under your belt and there will still be things you haven't experienced yet. All this for just $10 is crazy to me. You get so much value out of this game. It's not full of content for the sake of content. It's not filler. There is genuine substance to all this stuff and you want to discover it all. It just really feels like a video game, you know? No live service, no microtransactions or paid DLCs, no lifeless or uninspired world and mechanics. It's full of really obscure secrets that reward you for paying attention and thinking outside the box. It is such a classic video game, which can bring out some nostalgia while playing. All that, and I think the creative direction of this game contributes to those nostalgic feelings as well. The pixel art is gorgeous and horrifying. Seeing the designs of the world and its characters alone is worth playing for. It's what drew me in. I'm a sucker for this stuff. To see these unspeakable horrors depicted in such a unique and charming way is so refreshing. It scratches a different itch than something that goes for realism. I think part of what makes it so fascinating is that it gets you thinking. Your brain will be visualizing what the game is showing and describing to you. It goes back to that fear of the unknown. Like, you're just seeing a depiction of what is being shown to you. You You almost can't fathom actually seeing stuff like this, but your imagination tries anyway, which, you know, that's pretty on point with the game. Also, let me just say, the soundtrack to this game is amazing. You'll be bobbing your head while taking on eldritch gods with a shovel alongside a living vending machine. I'll probably be playing some of the soundtrack as background music for this video. And speaking of eldritch gods, the cosmic horror in this game is really captivating. I understand it's not everyone's thing, but I really do like it when it's done well, and I think this is done well. There is an indescribable object headed towards Earth, large enough to block out the light of stars as it passes by, and you can't look at it because it'll horrifically mutate you. You don't know why it's here, what brought it here, what its intentions are, whether or not it's alive, how it affects LeBron's legacy, what it looks like, nothing. You can't even indirectly observe it through photographs and paintings. You only know the consequences of its mere existence, which are apocalyptic to say the least. Despite the apocalyptic circumstances, this game doesn't fully envelop you in the overwhelming existential dread and hopelessness that other cosmic horror media is known to do, which is a smart choice. This game is really charming and can oftentimes be very goofy with its dialogue and absurd events, but is never to the game's detriment. It doesn't stick to typical horror game tropes, which gives A Look Outside quite the distinct personality within its genre. It strikes a nice balance between the light and the dark. Whether it was intentional or not, there is definitely some Undertale DNA in here. There are really palpable themes of hope, togetherness, perseverance, of building something new. All this really comes alive through your interactions with the various characters you'll come across. The people you decide to help, who you'll welcome into your home, are all suffering, all lost. You have the power to change that. Eventually, your apartment will be the home of a found family, with you at the heart of it. You may all be suffering, but you are suffering together, and that sure as hell beats braving the end of the world alone. You share meals with them, play games with them, engage in their interests, provide closure for them, and in turn they'll be right by your side, helping others as you helped them. Your actions aren't inconsequential. Your choices matter. You have the opportunity to bring comfort and relief to the people around you, to the world. Yes, the Earth will never be the same again, but you can help usher in a new age under the guidance of hope. You can show that there will always be a light at the end of the tunnel, that the sun will still rise and set, and tomorrow will bring new opportunities, that life is still worth living. It's not going to be an easy journey. Actually, it's going to be a pretty difficult journey. I'm looking at you, giant furnace that I didn't have to fight. You're gonna fight like hell, and sometimes actually fight hell, but you know that it'll be worth it because you'll once again be able to look outside and see the trees swaying in the wind, hear the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and feel the warm embrace of the sun as your reward for a long journey's end. But not yet, because you're watching this video and not playing the game. Have you guys ever been so invested in a game that you keep thinking about it even when you're not playing it? Well, this was one of those games for me. I would actually catch myself while not playing the game thinking about how I should route the next day and how I can solve a puzzle that was stumping me. I was that captivated by it. I think it can really sink its hooks into you too. If you like RPGs, survival horror, cosmic horror, good writing, pixel art, fun, $10 games, and so on. If you have played the game, tell me if you have similar thoughts and feelings as me, or if you think I left out any notable stuff in this video. If you're planning on playing for the first time, do not look anything up. This game offers such an authentic experience to each player, and I think it's best to fly as blind as you can on a first playthrough. I know you just watched like a 20-minute video on the game, but I didn't go into too much detail on the actual events and story and secrets because I want you to see it firsthand. So I'm gonna end this video here so you can do just that. If you guys made it to the end, I just want to say thank you so much. If you haven't yet, please give the video a like, it'll help a ton, and hype the video if you're watching on your phone. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so if you haven't joined the squad yet, please do so by hitting that subscribe button. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you soon, if I get my upload schedule in order, and please have a fantastic rest of your day.